I am joined by Pelpina Trip, smartphone video trainer, speaker, and author, coming to us from somewhere between Rotterdam and Amsterdam in the Netherlands. She won't be specific, so
Yes, I won't lie, but there's not a lot of people here, so I'm sure if you look me up, then you know where I live. It's not
and
that big of a country.
you spent a little time in Texas too, so
Yes, almost 10 years. Love Texas,
I can
and
kind of hear that twang in that voice.
yeah. Well, it's just whenever I talk to someone from Texas, I just kind of turn it on.
Do you two-step?
No, but I did for a little bit. My sister, though, she lived in Texas with me for a few years, and she loved it. She's in New York now, so.
Mm.
But yeah.
So tell us about what you do.
Well, I help people, companies, anyone who is interested really to create videos simply with your phone. So if you want to be more visible, if you want to show people who you are, what you do, just pick up your phone, turn on your camera, and show people who you are. And this has never been as easy as it is nowadays. So I use my phone because I can film with it, I can edit on my phone, and then I can put it on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you want to put it, straight from one device.
So the reason I reached out to you because my audience is hoteliers, and they've just been hammered, as everyone knows. But they can't go quietly, and people are online searching for where am I going as soon as the restrictions are lifted. So I wanted to talk with you about, how can hoteliers in these hotels use a phone and create videos that people care about?
Yes, absolutely. I think, and I know that right now there's a lot of people who are just hurting and really want uh, for things to open up again. And I absolutely understand. So my sister, for example, she lives in Amsterdam, and her whole business is based on tourism, on tourists coming to Amsterdam, and no one's coming to Amsterdam at the moment. And she has completely turned around everything she does. And that's why I love your question, because what she's doing right now is she is doing pretty much everything she has done, but online through video. So she's still showing people, hey, this is where I am. This is what I normally do. This is why I am passionate about what I do. And I think that's what anyone can do. So if you own a hotel in a beautiful place, show us, because people are going online more than ever now, and they are looking for these different locations. They're researching. So if you could be there with a simple video, and trust me, it doesn't have to be perfect. We really don't want it to be perfect. We just want to see real stuff. So show us what it's like. So we can already research, and when things do open back up again, you will be on top of mind. And that can be as simple as just grabbing your phone, recording with your phone. There are a ton of apps, simple apps that can help you create videos in a much faster way. So yeah, just pick up your phone, start filming, start editing, and put yourself out there.
So what are, I hate to say this, but I'm going to, what are the top 3 things? Let's just narrow it down because it's a 10-minute podcast.
Yes.
The top 3 things a hotelier should consider when they take this on.
Okay. The first thing you need to know is video is visual, right? That makes sense. But the funny thing is we often forget. So what you don't want to do is just create a talking head. We really want to just see what it's like over there. Why should I come to your destination, to your hotel? So show us, make it visual, walk around, shoot from different spots, different angles. I think that's probably one of the most important things that you want to do is really show us. So really create an experience. Really show us what it's like. Secondly, showing what you do, but then also making it very simple for yourself by having a plan. So instead of just grabbing the camera and talking, and you have this 30-minute, maybe an hour worth of footage, and then you have to bring it back down to a few minutes, that is really difficult. So instead, start off with a plan. So know ahead, have some focus. Okay, I'm going to create a 2-minute video, and I'm going to show why people should be visiting my hotel. So what are some of the awesome things you can do in this area, or what are some awesome features of my hotel? And you just show us those different things. And if you have a plan, okay, I have 20 seconds for this, I have about 20 seconds for that part, and then 20 seconds for the last part. And it will help you focus while you're filming and editing. And the third thing is you don't need the most expensive equipment. Of course, I just said, just use your phone. But a lot of people always ask me, okay, but what should I get? What kind of tripod and what kind of microphone and lights? And, I want to have the right tools. Start with what you have. What you really need is good light, good audio. So those two things are the foundation of a good video. So I can understand you and I can see you well. So make sure the audio is good, the light is good. And then thirdly, of course, if you have your phone steady, perhaps in a tripod or a selfie stick or, anything like that, yes, that helps as well. But don't focus too much on all the production stuff. Really focus on your story, your visuals, and have a plan.
What's the biggest no-no?
Well, probably what I just said, trying to first dive into equipment, and not having a good plan. And maybe what we can talk about is editing with the wrong apps. So if you edit with certain apps that have a lot of extra stuff like banners and text and nice little transitions and all that stuff, which is great. It's great that those apps exist, but you probably are going for a certain look and feel. So one thing I see often is people do all the steps right, all the things I talked about, and then they come to the editing part and they pick an app, and then they go all out on the app with the transitions and all the different texts and effects that you can imagine. And then the entire video is just, messed up. It's not what it was. And it just distracts from the message.
I see over editing.
Simple.
Yeah, I see over editing now. I mean, and sometimes I think it's just my personal taste, but I mean, it's just like, dadgum. I mean,
you don't need it. You really don't need it.
Especially some of these hotels are just beautiful. I mean, just stand in front of the pool,
Exactly. And use different angles and distances. So instead of just filming from eye level and only filming, long distance, for example, that's what happens often. Try to vary. So go perhaps put your phone on the floor, put it really up high, film through something, try to use different angles, film super close-ups. So if you have a variation of different shots and then you put that together in a video, that makes it very dynamic and so more interesting to watch as well.
Now, you said don't get too crazy with the equipment, but you're going to need a couple of things besides the phone. What would you say to start?
Okay, to start, first get a microphone so we can hear you well, especially if you're filming outside. So make sure that you have a lavalier clip-on little microphone. You can buy them pretty much anywhere. They won't cost you more than $20 or $30. So that's one. And two is having a tripod or a selfie stick or something to put your camera in so it's steady. That is really important as well. And of course, we can talk about lights, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if you use regular daylight, you should be just fine.
So with the time remaining, Pelpina, any advice for the hoteliers out there who have got to market their hotels?
Okay, just get started. Don't be afraid to don't feel this pressure that you have to create a perfect video. I understand there are a ton of amazing videos with drone footage out there, and they just look, wonderful. That's really not what it's all about. So start somewhere. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then from there, if you start small, you can make steps and grow bigger. And it's okay to make mistakes, especially in the first couple of videos, but just start somewhere.
Thank you for joining me.